that might not know who you are or aren't aware of your story, can you tell the people your come up story of how you beat poverty and made it United States?
Oh yes, man. Came. What the fuck is that?
You like that? You like that, man?
Chris, with the sound effects. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. I wasn't no crackhead. That's a crackhead music. Fuck it. That's when you were recovering from crackhead and coming back to life. Don't play that shit again, my nigga. the ex-crackhead music on me. But no, I came from nothing. Absolutely nothing. My mother left my father because she had given her life to Christ many years ago. He left my father because my dad didn't want to live that life. And my mom took her kids. She had 7 kids, my father, traveled by road, preaching the gospel, had us going around door to door. People gave us their home to live in,
And this is in Ghana, right? You were born
from Ghana to Liberia, to all parts of Nigeria, to all parts of different parts of Africa.
Yeah.
And then by the time I was 13, she had got an invitation to come and preach at a church in New Jersey, and that's how I ended up in America.
Okay.
And I hope immigration is not listening. But if they are listening, it was a invitation to come and preach for like 2 weeks and then go back. Mm-hmm. But I knew wasn't gonna go back.
Yeah. He also overstayed the visa.
Overstayed the visa.
Oh shit.
Allegedly. Well, to be fair here, he would have been arresting you.
I used to work immigration.
Did you really?
Yeah, he's overstayed, bro. Get him, bro. On ice right now.
It's okay now. You know why? About a year ago, I officially became a U.S. citizen.
Wow. Okay, he beat the case. He beat the case, bro.
Yeah,
it's okay. We could denaturalize him.
Okay,
Just get him. He said allegedly. So he got that shit through fraud. I already know that. Nigga lied on this. That shit was N400. He lied on that shit.
Put me in jail, and I'm a citizen there, motherfucker.
Don't worry, Mike. You said allegedly.
People do not understand how to be. This thing being a citizen is not easy.
No, it's hard, bro.
It's a
really
process.
Hard. Yeah.
Then you have to have your green card for like 5 years. And even getting a green card is a process. It took me almost 30 years to become a citizen.
Wow, you old, nigga.
Yes, I'm old. And then you gotta take a test where they ask you these dumbass questions. Like, what's the capital of the United States?
That's
nigga,
like
Miami,
questions.
bitch. I don't fucking know. Where did John F. Kennedy get shot at? Nigga, Liberty City, motherfucker.
Liberty City.
I don't fucking know.
Brutality.
Oh my God.
He said Liberty City.
Who fought in World War I and World War II? The Bloods and the Crips, my nigga. I don't fucking know, okay? Who's the first color president? Nigga Trump. I don't fucking know. The nigga is orange. I don't know. That's the only color I know. Orange.
Yo.
Oh man.
But I came from nothing. We came to America, lived in people's basement. My mother worked at McDonald's at one time, made $50 a week to feed us.
Damn.
And brought home all the unused burgers at the job for us to eat for dinner.
Was this in Philly?
That was in Jersey. I moved to Philly. We did Philly 3 years after being in Jersey. Moved to Philly. By the time I got to Philly, things got a little bit better.
I got in high school at this point?
High school, yeah. I got to Philly. I was 11th grade at the time. And then I went to, got a job at Domino's Pizza. I started off just answering the phones, and I went to delivering pizzas on a bike because I didn't have a car. And then I was in Domino's for like all the way till I was after high school. Now, mind you, after high school, graduated with an A and B's in my grade, but I couldn't even go to college because I had to help my mother pay bills. I had to I had family back home. I had to send money home.
Yeah.
So I had to just keep working.
Yeah.
I tried to get in the military. I tried going to the Army because Army would pay you and travel the world, but I didn't have a green card. I just had a work permit.
Yep.
I didn't have a green card, so I couldn't even go in the Army.
Yeah.
So I had to keep working and just helping my family back home.
Question for you,
Talk
Mike.
to me.
What are your thoughts on people that are born and raised here that make excuses for why they're not where they want to be, being an immigrant like yourself, where it took you 30 years to get your citizenship?
Definitely. There's no excuse in America. No excuse, man. And I mean, don't get it wrong. I could make a little bit of excuse for Black America. A little bit of excuse. Only because, they didn't grow up with wealth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't grow up with wealth. Most white people grew up in wealth. I mean, their parents got life insurance. And they die and they leave $200,000. If you starting your life off with $200,000, you're already ahead of life. But Black people, they live in the projects. They ain't paying no $30 a month on no fucking life insurance.
Fried chicken.
You ain't think about that. You're not thinking about that. So, but regardless of that, He's about a man that was not a citizen, came here, had nothing.
Yeah.
And don't get it wrong. God gave me a gift of being a comedian, and I know everybody don't have that gift to go make people laugh and make a whole bunch of money. But if I wasn't a comedian,
in a second language too,
and a second language. Now, if I wasn't a comedian, I worked at Domino's. Mind you, before I became a comedian, I worked at Domino's. And I started off answering phones, delivering pizzas on a bike, being an assistant manager, and being a manager by the time I was 20 years old, running the store, hiring and firing. Now, what happens after this is, after working at any fast food restaurant for a certain amount of years, you could find a way to own one. There's always a way to become successful in anything you do. Even you're a landscaper, that's fine. You'll cut this nigga's grass. Find out how you're going to own your own landscaping company, how you can be the boss.
Right.
America has the opportunities, so there's no fucking excuse for nobody's in America. You could be successful in anything you do. Whether you're a trash man or you're a landscaper or you work at McDonald's, work there long enough and find out how you could own a McDonald's.
Let me say this too, because I worked at McDonald's when I was 16, and I really think every young man should have at least one fast food job in their lifetime, and also go ahead and have at least one manual labor job, whether it's landscaping or construction or whatever, and learn sweat equity with making money. Like, it's really, and here's the thing, I'm not telling you out to be in that job forever. What I am telling you is that it's going to teach you character and make you appreciate when you actually do get a real job. And most importantly, it's going to teach you what life will be like if you don't get high income skills.
And also humble you as well.
Humble you, man.
Like, working at McDonald's really helped me build character, make me realize, like, God damn, I don't want to do this. I better like become successful.
I was blessed. I had Chick-fil-A.
That's
pleasure.
better.
My pleasure.
Yes. But sorry, you were saying?
Okay, cool. I got you.
Yeah, but it's yeah, definitely. So there's no excuse, guys. You could do the least, and that's the, I mean, my whole thing. I hate to see guys go to jail for selling dope or scamming.
Facts.
I'm like, there's so many legal ways of making money.
Facts.
You know,
especially now.
No, it's like your freedom is the most important thing in the world. Why would you jeopardize your freedom?
Yeah.
You know, nigga, go get a job at McDonald's if you have to. Your freedom. The thing about it, you go sell dope, make low $50,000 a week. You go spend a week in jail, like, damn, I wish I never did this.
Yeah.
There you go. I don't know this nigga.
I get myself
Finally,
Chris, let me know if we got rants or anything like that.
Okay.
But
so in the spirit of Money Monday, let's say someone in the audience wants to be a comedian.
Yes.
How do they get started on this path to be a comedian?
Good question, Fresh.
Yeah.
But fortunately for the new era, man, they got it so fucking easy. You just go and build do some skits on IG, build your audience, or TikTok. Even TikTok's even better. Go build your audience on there and entertain them. Build like 2-3 million followers, and all of a sudden now you're a comedian. It's not like my era. My era, we had social media.
It's tough.
We had to go to open mic night and make a bunch of strange motherfuckers laugh.
Yeah.
100 people laugh. You know, and you have to go every week, and then hopefully you got yourself on BET Comic View and let people see you. And then boom, you go from like $100 a show. Now you're on TV. Now you can make $500 a show. Now go get in a movie. Now you can make $2,500 a show. Now go start in a movie. Now you're gonna make $20,000 a show. We had to take them steps.
Yeah.
Nowadays, social media, man, it's so much easier now.
Because you know what? I'm really glad that we brought this up, because I've noticed like there's a lot of influencers, like comedy influencers. What they do is they don't necessarily stand up and do. They don't stand there and do stand-up jokes. What they do is they do funny skits.
Right. If the skit works,
and parodies and shit like that. And those videos get so much views, and then people are like, "Oh wow, this guy's hilarious," etc. And it's like, with social media, you can almost like build your own brand. But I remember like from what you're talking about, because I remember Comic View, they'd have comedians like kind of battle it out, telling jokes and stuff. And that was the only way. If you didn't make it in mainstream television, no one cared or knew. You didn't have your own platform.
Yeah, they got it easy, which is all good. Social media definitely, I mean, don't get it wrong. Even though I'm old school and new school, it definitely helped me to where I am today. Making the kind of money I'm making, you know, because now social media helped them identify your name. Now your name, you know. At first, I used to be the African nigga from Next Friday. Now it's Michael Blackson. Everywhere I go, Michael Blackson. That's Michael Blackson. That's Michael Blackson.
Yeah.
Your name is worth money.
Shit, man.
So yeah. So now that they see Michael Blackson doing we'll see Michael Blackson because we know Michael Blackson. We know he's funny.
So let's say, because there's a lot of people that might be watching this that are like, hey, I got a sense of humor. You know, I want to make money. I want to be a comedian, etc. what would you tell them to do a step-by-step? Would you say, all right, make a social media profile? Should they simultaneously go do open mics and improv classes as well?
Yeah, definitely. Go do open mic, go to the comedy clubs, go see a real audience. Because a lot of time these guys will build their social media fans, do little skits, and then go try to stick the skits on stage. You got to go to a real audience. And you got to do that for like a year. Like, you know, perfect that first 5 minutes, and then once that 5 minutes perfected, then you work another 5 minutes, make it 10 minutes, and then so forth. And the thing about comedy, man, it is great comedy. Every year you're gonna come up with 15 minutes of good shit.
Yeah.
So you take 3 good years for you to even attempt to headline, because the headline you need 45 minutes on stage.
Okay.
So you know, every year you come up with a good 15 minutes. So every year try to get that perfect 15 minutes. And then the following year, work another 15 minutes.
Wow.
You know? Oh, yeah. It takes for real great comedy.
You know who was really in that limelight that I can say follow that pattern? Drewski. He was funny online, on social media. Then he started doing comedy shows. It wasn't that good at the beginning, but he perfected his craft. Now he's killing it now with those comedy shows.
He's still hosting. I'm not sure he's doing like a stand-up comedy show yet. I don't know. I know he's hosting a lot of big events and he's kind of like doing his thing.
Yeah.
You know,
he's in a competition where people come and they sing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying I'm yet to see him go on stage and tell jokes for 45 minutes. Now, guys that are doing that is like that came from social media. Number one guy is DC Young Fly.
Shout out to him.
You know, you got Desi Banks is doing it as well.
Desi.
B Simone is doing it. Those are just hilarious. Those are probably the 4 top ones that went from social media to becoming true comedian headliners.
So this is some really good information for anybody that's watching. So first, work on getting 5-minute sessions in, like getting at least 5 minutes of a good routine, and then build yourself up to 15 minutes in the year.
Yeah.
And then at some point, be able to put that all together and be able to handle a 45-minute show if you're going to headline.
Right. And what makes it even easier for you to sell tickets? By that time, now you have like 4 or 5 million followers. And
marketing
4 or 5 million followers, that's an average of like 10,000 in the big major cities. So all you need is about 10% of them to show up to your show. That's 1,000 tickets a weekend.
Sold out.
1,000 tickets a weekend. Average ticket is $50. That's $50,000. You're gonna at least get. You start you off with these comedy clubs, the Improv, the Funny Bone, the Helium. Those comedy clubs is where we make our money. You start from 70 to 85% of the door. So now 7% of $50,000, you picking up $30,000 a week. You know, and that's how it starts.
That's how it starts.
Mike,
So,
you just did Danny a Point, the comedy place there. How much you made?
I made a lot of money, but I can't talk about it because child support is watching. I will show you my check. I'll show you my check. I did 5 shows. I saw about 1,600 people.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And then I'll show you my check because because that just show you how much potential it is for comedians.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, but child support is watching. IRA is watching. Y'all niggas not gonna find it from me, but today,
allegedly. Next time you in Miami, bro, you better invite us to your show, bro.
I'm so sorry, man. That was so lit.
Yeah.
That shit was so lit. Next time I'm in the area, whether it's Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, whatever.
I'll come.
How many 45-minute routines should an aspiring comedian have ready to go and memorize?
Nigga, no, you just need one.
You just need one? Okay.
Yeah, and the thing about it, you could do that once, that same routine for about 3 years.
Okay. All right.
It's 3-year
lifespan.
Yeah, 3. You could do it. So if you see me today, if you want to see a whole new 45 minutes, it's going to take at least 3 years, maybe even longer. Depends how lazy I am. Because every year I might come up with 15 minutes of new shit, and I might replace some of the old shit. So you're gonna get 30 minutes of old shit. If you come to see Michael Blackson, even you might think it's an old shit, but I revamp that old shit and make it sound new, and then you're gonna get 15 more minutes of new shit. So if you're a big fan of a comedian, you don't want to hear the same shit. See them nigga every 3 years.
Okay, that makes sense when they release those specials. If you think about it,
like Kevin
Hart,
like
a Chappelle show, it's like they release it every 1 to 3 years in that range.
Oh, definitely 3 to 4 years.
Specials.
Chris Rock is one of my favorite. Chris Rock does them shit every 8 years because that's how. Because specials
every 8.
Every 8 years.
That makes sense.
No, except for the last one.
He had the Will Smith shit to go off.
Yeah, he had to do that right away. But prior to that, I think he had one like maybe 4 years prior. It was like a 4-year gap. But prior to that, he was doing every 8 years. And the longer it takes, though, the better. Because now you it's
fresh.
It's
fresh. Let me ask you this, Mike. How the hell, obviously you're talented, so this probably comes easy to you. But for those people out there that kind of want to do this and are a little bit rough around the edges, how do you come up with material? Do you focus on the news? Do you focus on current events? Do you focus on society?
It depends what you want to do. You have to pick. Me, I think people like to know what's going on right now. Mine's all over the place. Mine's is personal relationships. Women always want to hear about relationship, like, because every woman's struggling with a man or a man struggling. They want to know how shit lasts.
Yeah.
You know, so I got my relationship point of view. You know, if I got a new woman, the audience is gonna know. I'm gonna talk about it. If I got engaged, I'm gonna talk about it.
And that lasts forever, that type of content. Those jokes, right? Like
relationship
jokes
lasts forever.
versus like current events.
Current events in and out. But at the same time, you gotta show how brilliant you are by making fun of what's going on right now.
Yeah.
You know,